All right, guys, so social anxiety is a killer, and social confidence is an absolute life changer. When you have it, you can use it for all kinds of benefits, all kinds of relationship benefits, work benefits, career, and you'll just be happier. It's a big deal. DHT, well, testosterone is a good start, especially for morning wood, energy, being able to gain a bit of muscle. But DHT is more powerful. It's 2 to 10, anywhere from 2 to 10 times more powerful, depending on the studies you look at. DHT is very, very powerful, especially for the way you feel and, yeah, social confidence. For me, I noticed that, and I'm going to get into the specific strategies in just a minute, in a few minutes' time. But in terms of what I noticed and how it benefited me, and this is once I went over about 50, 60 nanograms per deciliter. I'm a lot higher now. But this is where the changes start to happen. Once you're well over 50, I would say. You start to notice you just feel better. You feel more relaxed. And that's not necessarily just a cortisol thing either. It's DHT. You feel more relaxed and psychologically, and then physiologically you have less of those symptoms of anxiety. So sweaty palms, increased heart rate, wanting to swallow all the time for no reason. Like, they're all manifestations of anxiety. DHT helps with all of that. So if you're doing public speaking or you're in group situations where you would normally be anxious, DHT is going to reduce that massively. There's also an argument for exposure therapy, but quite often exposure therapy is where you just practice over and over and over again. That's often not the answer though, because if it's too much for your subconscious to handle, and you're throwing yourself head first in the deep end all the time, your body's just going to panic and you'll just shut off. So DHT attacks a more deep-rooted thing in the male brain. I just did a video on how crashing your estrogen, no matter who you are, is going to make you depressed immediately. Same thing with testosterone. It's that same kind of logic where your hormones are that deeply ingrained into your brain and into your body that they will affect how you feel no matter who you are. Hormones are a really big deal, and DHT is another one. So in terms of how to increase your DHT, the first thing is to not consume 5-alpha reductase inhibitors. So this can range from saw palmetto to finasteride to gluten and various things that mess with your digestive system. That will be the first thing, and I do offer coaching, and there's a lot more on that list. It's an ever-growing list, seemingly, of 5AR inhibitors, and I do offer coaching if you're interested in getting your DHT levels higher, where we can go into more detail. On top of that, we're looking at things like zinc. You definitely want to have some carbs, quality carbs. Doing zero carb. I wrote in Free Testosterone Unchained, the ebook, about how keto diets are not good for SHBG. Your SHBG goes higher, which pushes your free testosterone lower. It also pushes your DHT lower as a percentage. So definitely have some carbs, fruits, potatoes, quality carbs. But just avoid ketosis, basically. I said zinc, B6, vitamin B6. You're going to want enough of that. Damn it, I did have a big list. Explosive training. Any kind of intense training is going to be important for DHT. Avoiding gluten. Optimizing gut health at all costs. Your gut has to be working well. things like kefir, sauerkraut, probiotics are all going to be important. You can get some fiber actually. I've got I can't remember the name of it, but it's a fiber that's kind of mixed in with probiotics. I have it with red meat sometimes, and your stomach just feels really nice afterwards. Just a little anecdotal thing. If anyone's interested, just comment and I'll look it up when I get back. But no, there's a few tips for DHT. I'd be here all day if I was going through literally everything. Sunlight's another one. We have none here, as always. But yeah, DHT is important. It's more powerful for how you feel day to day, how confident you are. It's very anabolic for muscle gain. And although it's not the best thing for hair loss, a lot of people, this is my theory with DHT, is that it is responsible for your hairline and receding hairline. But most guys who are thinning and or going grey, this has been my anecdotal thing with myself and family members and friends, guys who are thinning and yeah, the grey hairs, that's stress. That's like an old saying, and that old saying is true. Like, it's there for a reason. Dudes who are going grey and thinning at an early age, it's usually a stress thing. But DHT, it's up to you what you do with your hairline. Maybe get a hair transplant at some point if it's really that bothersome. Versus if you've got decent hair genetics but your mental health isn't great and your physique isn't very good, I wouldn't be taking finasteride. Fucking hell. But anyway, it's up to you what you do with that. If you've enjoyed this video, you'll very probably find this most anabolic herbs you can take video very useful. It's focused on muscle gaining. Herbs which I've not really spoken about in this video. Tribulus can be useful, for example. Check that video out. I think you'll find it very interesting if you're looking to pack on a bit of size.